Welcome back to another edition of AI in Finance Demo Edition. I want to go through this one's a little bit different because I've actually gone through this tool before. We've done it before in this series, and this was one of those episodes where I wasn't really thrilled with how it came out and how it worked. And then I recently did it again, and I now use a video that's much shorter and condensed within my keynotes, and I found it to be really useful and progressed a lot. So what I want to show today is this tool called Lindy. We've heard a lot about agentic AI in building agents, and I think it's really hard to build agents on your own. But what Lindy allows for you to build agents using English. You know, before Lindy came around with this one feature that allowed you just to use like a regular prompt to build an agent, you had to do it with like a workflow like Zapier. And they've made it a lot simpler, and I thought it's been really intuitive. And so what I want to show today is how I've viewed Lindy as a tool to help with meeting scheduling with multiple people. I call it scheduling doom. When you send one email out to a group and say, hey, how about Tuesday at 2? And someone's like, wow, that doesn't work. How about Wednesday at 3? And then all of a sudden you're sucked into this doom of scheduling. And so I want to share how you can create an AI assistant with Lindy that helps you with scheduling. So now this one, I will say, you do need to have to build this a premium version, but that still allows for, I don't know how much it costs. I think it's $20 or $40, but it's still cheaper than a human. It takes off the pressure of scheduling. So let's log in because I've already have an account here, and I want to show you how we can build this agent. And so it's a very simple situation. So I'm giving it access to all of because it's going to need that for this agent as well. And so here it is. It kind of looks similar to all of our other agents that are AI tools that we use, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude on Anthropic, whatever it may be. And you can just type in here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to type in the prompt, or maybe we'll talk in the prompt here. I'll talk the prompt in. I use, for my voice to text solution on my computer and also on my phone, I use a tool called Whisper, which is spelled, let me just make sure, WISPR Flow. Whisper Flow is what I use. So let's do this real quick and talk into it. So what I'd like for you to help me build is I want to build an email scheduling assistant so that whenever an email is sent and has a Lindy email address attached to it, I want the Lindy assistant to take over and help schedule and coordinate meetings using my calendar, and then coordinate with everybody else that's on the email chain. If it's one person, coordinate with that. But mainly my pain point is when there's 2 to 3 to 4 people and we have to coordinate a meeting and schedule, that I want the ability to send an email to everybody, copy a Lindy email address, and then have the Lindy agent work with everybody else on the email chain to schedule based on my calendar availability to get a timeout. We're looking to schedule 45-minute blocks for these meetings, and we want to be able to also send out the calendar invite and a confirm. Now, I want this agent to have a name that's simple, like Sarah, and I want them to be able to coordinate with them, with the agent as they need to, and coordinate the conversation. And I also want to make sure that the communication between the agent and the people is very conversational, human-like, very easy to understand, but also seems like it's coming from a real human, and make it a conversational tone, but also professional. All right, so you see I gave it a lot of prompt, right? I like doing voice to text inside of a prompt just because it allows me to just kind of, like, you can just like train a thought, how you're thinking, and you can just like let it flow. It doesn't all have to be perfect. Whisper Flow cleans a lot of it up. And then I'm going to go in and we're just going to start doing this. And so I think I'm going to have to upgrade at some point. We'll watch that. But you can see here, I'll move my face over that way. It's starting to think. And it'll ask me any questions that it needs to. Now, when I did a simpler one, so let's see, let's click here to get the agent. When I did a simpler one, it only took me 2 prompts because I messed up my first prompt. and I had to redo it. But then they asked me a few different questions, and so I answered like 2 questions to 2 prompts, and I had the agent. And so you can see here it's building the agent. It takes a little bit of time to build the agent. You can see the credits that it's using right here to build the agent, and we'll watch it. And then what we're going to do is run a test. And so as this is building, I just want to show you something over here on my calendar. This is my Gmail calendar, so I'm connecting it to my Gmail, and then I'm going to coordinate amongst a few different email addresses that I have. I just did it for 1 week, and I just put my calendar as I have all these like times out. So I didn't want to make it super easy, so it has to coordinate around it. And then we'll send an email from my personal Gmail, to another 2 emails of mine to then get this scheduling going. So here's what happened. Let's look at this. So how it works. Someone sends an email and CCs your Lindy email address. Sarah reads the thread and identifies all participants. Sarah checks Matt's Google Calendar for open 45-minute slots. Sarah replies to the thread with 2 to 3 options. Once a time is agreed on, Sarah books the event with Google Meet. So because it's connected to Google, now if it was Zoom, I could probably tell it to do Zoom, and I can connect my Zoom account as well. Meetings are always 45 minutes. Sarah signs all emails as Matt's assistant, stays in the same email thread throughout, includes all participants in the calendar invite. Make sure your Google account is connected, enable your trigger, and set your Lindy email address. So Sarah is all set. Here's what was built. Trigger, email received. Fires whenever a new email lands in your inbox. See, that is not correct. So that's what happened last time. One thing to configure, the trigger currently fires on all incoming emails. To make Sarah only activate when she's CC'd on email, you'll want to add a filter. Add a trigger so Sarah only... we need to create... So now I'm just going to type real quick. We need to create a Lindy email address, and I only want Sarah to respond if that email address is used on the incoming email. So let's see. So this is actually what happened last time. I tried to solve for it in this one, but I was not able to. And I think, look, you can see my credits are going down pretty quickly, and I'm probably gonna have to upgrade here soon to get this to work. I can see you already have a dedicated Lindy email address, so I already have a dedicated Lindy email address, and so it's already using that. If you don't, you can set it up. It's free. It's just going to ask you what do you want to use, and it just sets it up for you via what's called Lindy Mail, and so it sets it up for you. There's nothing that you need to do. It does it within it. The agent builds it. You can see my credits are going down pretty quickly, and so I'm probably going to have to upgrade here in a second. So there, swapped trigger to Lindy Mail. Sarah now only activates when scheduler-MR. So like you could save this in your contacts as just assistant, so that you just type that in. Is email. All Sarah's replies will send from scheduler as Sarah. Updated the sticky note with Sarah's address. Just CC or to this address on the email thread, and Sarah note the from name and from fields cannot be pre-configured in AI state. Okay. To test, send an email. All right. So here we're going to now test it. So I'm going to run a test. Let's see. Let's go into here. I want to turn this open. Okay. So I'm going to send an email to this email address. This is the email address. So here's the email address. We're going to send it to here. All right. So we're going to go into here, and I'm going to compose a message, which means I need to move my face over here. And I'm going to say we're going to send it to the other 2 people, Matt Underpin, Matt at Your Wealth. And then we're going to include that other email address. That's the scheduler. Scheduling a call. Hey, Matts. Hope you both are well. Looking forward to connecting with you both soon. I think it should be a fruitful, I don't know why it said fruitful conversation. Looping in my assistant, Sarah, who can help us all coordinate a time to meet virtually. Talk with you soon. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to send this, and let's go back and watch the test and see how it comes. Now, you can make it to where it does it you can have multiple types of meeting types. Like I'm only making one meeting type, so you could make multiple types. You can spend a little bit more time here as well. And so I sent the email. Let's see, did Matt Underpin receive it? Let's go into here. Matt did receive it. Okay, so let's see here. Let's test it again. So I'm going to publish changes. Let's do that first. Got it. That's why I remember I needed to upgrade. Okay, so we do need to upgrade. So I'm just going to upgrade to Pro because I have some premium actions because of her email address. It's a premium action email address. Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to upgrade to Pro. $20 a month, upgrade to Pro. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to upgrade here. I'm going to cancel it afterwards. But if you want it, $20 a month isn't terrible in the day of all these AI. Look, confetti. That's fantastic. Look at that. That's beautiful. You updated your plan. All right, so now we're going to try this again. So I'm going to just copy and paste this text. Hey, Mats. And we're going to go back over here, and we're going to compose another email. And I'm going to paste this in here. We're going to use Matt, underpin Matt at your wealth, and then scheduler. So it already has it in there. I'm going to add that. Schedule meeting call. Okay, so we're ready here. Which step do you want to test? So we're ready here. I'm going to send it now. So it's been sent. Let's look over here and see if it sees it. Okay, our test, we've saved it. I'm going to try this again. Third time's a charm. Scheduler. Matt at underpin, Matt at your wealth. Schedule a meeting. Call. I'm going to go back into here. We're going to copy and paste this here. Hey, Mats. Hey, Mats. So I guess that is interesting because this is what it's saying is the email address, which is different than what they put in the chat. So that's an interesting nuance that I didn't realize. I thought I went against what they said. So we're going to go back to the test. And now you can see that it's working and it's going to find that email. But this email says it was only this one, which is interesting to me. Let's now see. We are not seeing anything. This is really, Lindy is backfiring right in front of me. I'm going to try, let's see, tasks. Let's go to tasks real quick. Oh, there we go. I was in the wrong area. So let's move over here. Sent the email 3 times to both Matts. Oh, wow. So that is actually interesting. I thought it wasn't working. It is working. Let's now go into this email. Let's see. There we go. So there is Lindy. Hey both. Thanks for being open to connecting. Matt's excited about the conversation too. I'm Sarah, Matt's scheduling assistant. I'm here to help us find a time that works for everyone. I've checked Matt's calendar and have a few options available next week. Here are some times that work on his end. So let's just go back here real quick. You can see here, it tries to see if it's connected to the other people's calendars, and it goes through all these actions, and it finds that it's not. So then it's like, all right, I'm going to send an email. And so it did. And look, these times, let's look if they're available. June 8th, 9th, and 10th, 9 a.m. on all of those times. June 8th, 9th, and 10th. And it's not correct. Interesting. Monday. Interesting. So it's not connected to my calendar. So we got to go back. That is, so let's go back to the flow editor. And let's say, are you connected? Is Lindy connected to my Gmail calendar? The initial response sent on my test included times that were blocked off. Let's see. Let's see what comes back with. And let me make sure that I said that these were out. I said out, but busy. Yeah. Busy. Okay. So it says busy, which is good. Oh, it's tied to another account. Got it. Let me tighten the prompt. It's free. Got it. So it's actually tied to another account. So we're actually going to switch the calendar to this account. There we go. All right. So it actually was right. I was wrong. That is fun. Always when AI is right and I'm wrong. So we're going to say out here. We're just going to start putting some random times here. Dismiss. Let's see. Can I copy it? Duplicate. Save. All right. So, and then we're going to make it, there. Okay. And then I'm going to go here and say out. We're just going to make these random. Make it hard. Hard to find the time. Out. I also want it to not default to I'm actually going to do something while we're doing this. I'm actually going to have Lindy. All right. Perfect. Perfect. I want to also update the prompt so that Sarah doesn't provide the same time each day. And also, I want there to be some buffer, about 10 to 15 minutes, between the meetings suggested and meetings I currently have on my calendar. Meeting times. Okay, so while we're doing that, we're going to go over here and finish updating this calendar out. Let's just move this to here. Out just for an hour there. And then Friday, we're going to be, we'll just do it there. Oh, we'll move this one to here. Okay. Out. Save. I'm just going to move out to here. Perfect. Okay. All right. So we'll go back to Lindy. Changes what I did. Sarah now picks different times on different days. Never two options on the same day. Added 15 minutes per run. Perfect. All right. Now let's go in and do this again. So we're going to send it from this email address again. I want to just Matt's scheduling assistant. You can edit this however you wish. I mean, it takes some time to get it to be fine tuned, but you spend, an hour or even less doing this, and then you have your own scheduling assistant. So I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to now paste this in here. I'm going to now include Matt Underbin, Matt at Your Wealth. And then is this I just want to make sure that's the one that worked. So let's go into, okay, so, we got it. Yes, no! Okay, now we can publish changes. Sarah now picks different days. All right, publish changes. I thought I lost all the changes. That would not be good. That would not be good. All right, your changes have been made successfully. So I just want to look at this one. This was in, who is this to? This is at 9:21. So which one was this at? This is at 9:20. Scheduler. Okay, so it's that one. So let's do that. All right, let's see what we can do. Oh, I didn't put a, so let's see. Did this receive? Probably went to spam if I already asked. Cool. Looking forward to connecting, looping in Sarah to help us all coordinate time for a virtual call. Great. Matt. Perfect. All right, so we're going to send this. Now that one message was sent. Good. Let's see here. Is it sent? Let's refresh this. See if anything has come in. May take a second to read it. Nothing is there yet. Let's see here. Anything come in? All right, so schedule upcoming virtual call. So there is that. Am I using the wrong email? I think I am. So let's go back to this. We're going to use this email address. Matt's looking forward to connecting, looping in Sarah to help us coordinate a call. All right, let's see if that one works. This one took me about 6 minutes to do the first time. Now, when I'm trying to share it with the world, it's taking me longer. That's just how technology works when you do live demos. So let's go into tasks here. Let's see. Hopefully it's working. Boom. There we go. We got another email. I'm just using the wrong, it was working the whole time. I was just using the wrong email address. There's the email for me. Here is Sarah working. Sarah's already sent back, and it comes across as Sarah. Sarah's already sent back an email. Hey, Matt and Matt, already better. Great to help coordinate this. I found a few open slots on Matt's calendars for a 45-minute call. Here are 3 options. Friday, June 5th. That does work. That's today. I never told her not to use today. I never said next week. Monday, June 8th. Let's go to that one. Monday, June 8th. At what time did she say? 1 p.m. That does work. She did not abide by my 15-minute window, but that's okay. I can edit that. And then Thursday, June 11th at 10 a.m. That does work as well. So those are all open slots. So now let's get into scheduling Doom. Let's reply to all, know which time works, and I'll get on the book. I can only do Monday, June 8th. Okay, so we're going to send that. Sarah's going to see this. So let's see here. I noticed that the tool returned threat, but I need 45. Let me pick them. Perfect. I sent the email. Let's see if she gets another one. I'll verify. Let's see if she sees everything going on. Great. Matt from Underpin Co. can do Monday, June 8th. Let me wait to hear from the other Matt. So now the other Matt, I'm going to bring that email in. So Sarah actually sent an email back. Hey, Matt, thanks for getting back to me. Matt from Underpin does that time work for you as well? Looking forward to hearing from you. And I'm going to respond and say, and so that was actually a nice little touch. She's proactively pushing to get this thing scheduled. Unfortunately, none of the times from your prior email work for me. Can you please send around some more times for next week? And it gets confusing because it's all Matt's. So they sent a follow-up because also this Matt received all of the different emails as well. So it's going on a chain like we would always do in scheduling Doom. And we start to see here that, unfortunately, none of those times. So it sees the email come in that says, unfortunately, got it. Matt from your world can't do any of the original times and needs options for next week. Here it goes. It's looking great. I've sent Matt from your world 3 new times for next week. Now I'll wait for his response to see which time works best for him. Once he confirms, then I'll go to the other Matt. Now let's see this. This is an interesting aspect. It sends it, hey Matt, no problem. I found some additional times. 1 p.m. on June 8th. Let's see. 1 p.m. on June 8th. That does work. I think that's the same time that she sent the last time, is it? No, she said, oh yeah, she did say the same time. So we haven't changed the times there. She did change the time on 12 p.m. June 10th. That's a new time. 12 p.m. on June 10th. That works. And Friday, June 12th at 12 p.m. That does work as well. Okay, so we're now going to reply to all these and say, perfect. Let's shoot for June 10th at 12 p.m. Okay, so I'm saying like, hey, I didn't say that works. I said let's schedule for that. She's now going to see that comes through from her end. So we're going to continue to watch it here for a second. Let's see here. Microsoft takes a little bit longer to get the emails. Perfect. Excellent. Matt confirmed June 12th. Now let's verify this time works with the other Matt. Let's go to the other Matt. Let's go to inbox. Let's go here. And I'm going to reply to this. Oh, I need to reply to all. So a new email came in. Let's go into the new email. Sarah probably sent me something. Perfect. Matt from Your Wealth is good with Wednesday, June 10th. Just want to confirm that works for you too, Matt, under Pinko. Since you mentioned Monday was your preference, let me know, and I'll get everyone on the calendar. What a great email. Yes, Wednesday, June 12th works. Yes, Wednesday at June 10th at 12 p.m. works for me. Perfect. Send it. And we're going to go back and proceed. Send confirmation to make June 10th. So there's an A. Oh. Said he could do on Monday. I need to. Perfect. Both Matts have confirmed. Now let me book the meeting. Excellent. The meeting is now booked. Let me send a warm confirmation email. Perfect. All done. I've successfully scheduled. Now let's look at this meeting. Is it been put on? There it is. There is the meeting put on here. And if we open it up, there's a Google Meet in there because we did Google Meet. Now let's go and look at the email that she sent to everybody. Let's see. Wonderful. You're all set. Meeting details with the video call right there. And then the other Matt gets this one as well. Wonderful. You're all set. And look at that. It took a little bit of working with it. And there's probably still some tweaks that need to be had. But you see now, like I was the cause. It wasn't Lindy as the issue. I was the issue. Now, you could say, well, Lindy gave me the wrong email address, and that's what was throwing me off. But it was saying in that other test to use the other email address. And so this is just like part of understanding the system. But you can see, like in less than 30 minutes, you can build an agent that takes off all of this multi-layered scheduling that takes so long. And I think that that is the value. I have found that Lindy, in the past, last time I tried to do something with Lindy, I couldn't even make it to the end. I cut it off and I showed you the cutoff. This time, I actually got something that's useful, that's able to be used, and that's what's so powerful. So another edition of AI and Finance Demo Edition. Hopefully you find this to be valuable. Go play around with Lindy and find the ways that it can be applied to your business.